Hey, hey, hey. How's everybody doing? Just taking a look at some of this last part of what I have set up from, what is his name? Billiam Tishepe, I believe is how you pronounce it. Maybe that's wrong. I'm not sure, but I'm using his audio reactive component, or his audio reactive tutorial, and I'm going to turn in what he did into a component. Twitch is telling me that I'm online. Thanks. So let's take a look at what we have going on. This is what I'm going to get to finally. I've already kind of saved this out, but I'm going to go back and then kind of reverse engineer this a little bit. Actually, I'm going to get a little bit further than this because right now it's not to the final state of having these ramps and lookups and some of the blurs and stuff in the right order. So that's just what I'm doing here at the end. But yeah, let me show you. I can actually get opened to this toe right here. I'm just loading up TouchDesigner. It's on this other screen, so until it loads. How's your day been? How you doing? Had a good one? Okay, here's what we have. And I'll go ahead and create a chop real quick for audio device in, just so you can see what's going on here. I have this. I don't need this at all. But yeah, when I talk, you can see how it changes. And yeah, it actually works a lot better with audio, with music. This is meant for music mostly. So let me see if I can actually put in an audio file in, see what the one that typically comes with it. Yeah, you can see a little bit better. So I'll end up using that instead. And this is just, actually I can use this now. This is the reaction. And let me turn this on for you. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can. Yeah, I think you should be able to. Yeah. So that's what we're working with. Let's go ahead and delete this. I'm going to go ahead and delete this right now because this is, well, I'm going to, actually first I'm going to create an in, and then what I'm going to do is turn this into everything. So what I'm going to do is, or actually here, we're going to keep this right here because we need a container. That's right, we're going to have everything here, for the time being at least, everything except for this first audio that I've already decided, inside of this one component, or this one container. So I'm going to take everything, I'm going to cut it, I'm going to go inside of this container that I've already created. I have my audio file right here. I'm going to go ahead and go into the container, paste everything. Now I have my in, but I don't have what is coming in. So I have to connect my audio in. Now we have the audio back. And if I go out, I can see, oh wait, I'm sorry, if I go back in, then we see everything is here. So what this does is this takes an audio device in, it first splices it off into a null, then it creates a combined add for multiplying, for basically like adding all of the two channels together into one, and then it creates an envelope which looks at the type of decay that this is doing. That's sent into a normalization with the math of itself of the combined feed. This is put into an audio spectrum. So then we have this in a spectrum form instead of in a wave form. This is then resampled with a single grid line up, and this is basically it's just a way of creating a line in three different vectors. So you have TX, TY, and TZ, but then they just end up using TX. So it's just a way of like saying from 0.5 to 0.5, and then on a visual spectrum, on a chop spectrum. So we have, I mean not on a visual spectrum, on a chop spectrum. So that's resampled. That's resampled again into a couple different maths, and then basically is sampled down into a range, and then found that this is the merger of these. So we have the spectrum, we have the size of the amount of frequency, and then we have just kind of like multiple spectrums or one large spectrum, and then we have a SOP. So this is when everything actually, this gets into a little bit more of what I know. That chop stuff, that's all something that you can go back. I highly suggest going and looking at the tutorial on how this was originally created. I just went through it line by line, so you know, his reasonings all laid out for you there, and that is also in the GitHub that I have online. So what this now does is creates takes a SOP, and from the SOP, let me turn the volume down a little bit on here. So from the SOP, it creates, it transforms the SOP, and what is this? How is it transforming it? I think it just shrinks it. Yeah. But this is the placed into the geode. So we have this single circle that's going into a geo, but the geo actually splits it out. So if we go into the geo, you can see this is what's happening. But over here, the instancing translates that TX, translates the TY, translates that size spectrum that we were looking at for the scale X and scale Y. So if I wanted to, I could even do size for this as well, and now everything is also moving in an axis on a Y-axis. I mean on a Z-axis. So what this now does is, so then we have the camera placement of that, and then the constant that is placed as the material on the air, but it's just a white, you know, a regular white constant. And then, yeah, that's all rendered out. And so when you have it all rendered out, using those different, using size, using the spectrum, using the different variables that we got from these math chops, this renders out, and then it takes these little circles that are just kind of doing this action right here. So you can see on the right hand side, that's what's coming out, and that's what we're going to get to with the audio reactive component. Is I'll have that coming out, so then I can decide what kind of SOP it's going to be, what kind of in it's going to be, and then I'll have an out that'll automatically come out for that. Then what kind of rendering I want to do. So all of this feedback and transformation and levels, that's what starts to create this effect. So if I turn off these, for instance, that's what it looks like. So I mean, it still has an interesting effect. And so I want that ability to kind of decide, all right, what do I toss in? I'm going to give it a box, and then play around with how many there are, what kind of a grid there is, and then give it the audio in, and then have it automatically give me out the kind of rendered SOP, congested SOP, I guess I should say, this render right here. And so then I can, from here, decide, all right, I want to actually create this feedback. I want to add in a transformation. Otherwise it would just look like this, and this still is something else that looks interesting and has gooey texture to it, and it kind of looks like eyeballs a little bit. But then, no, I like the transformation. We want to add in even a different feel to it, and then what kind of options do we have when we play with the levels. So that's what I want to get to. All of this has come down to something that I've played with a little bit, and yeah, that's what I've decided is going to be the best way for me to use these, because I am much more used to using these tops right here. So deciding, I think visually. So being a graphic designer originally, I've done a lot of stuff in Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator, and a bunch of stuff in Adobe Flash. So thinking visually and being able to think in layers visually is pretty on par with what I'm used to. So I think I want to create a few components like this audio reactive one that can spit out what then I can kind of use as a base component for being able to kind of add on to. So yeah, that's what I've got going on. What we're gonna do is, we already have this container out, right? We have this one in. So let's look at taking this circle. So I'm gonna create an out SOP right here. Okay. And then come out here, and so we have, oops, no, not an out SOP. What am I talking about? Another in SOP. And then going to this top here, and then in, and then we have this SOP that is now being fed in, and so it looks the exact same. But if we didn't have this SOP added into the component, it would look like this. We have nothing at all. So then it's added in. So I'll do a couple of, actually here, let me go ahead and do this. I'm going to take off this last part, and I'm going to add in an out here. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to do a couple things right here. First, I'm going to change this to 1280 by 720. And then I'm going to make sure that our background top that we're looking at is out 1. So that's what we've got that we're looking at, right? Okay. Now, let's paste this. And I'm going to combine this with this and then feed back into here. That should, let's see, combine this into here. This is where I was starting to have some issues. So let me see here. Yeah, why is that doing that? I need that to there, this to there, displace to there, level to there, ramp to lookup. See, I'm starting to get it now. All right. What? I don't need these composites. Disconnect. Where? Okay, what is this one going to? A displace? Do I just what is it just being displaced by? Originally, is it's displaced by itself? Is that what it's being displaced by? Here, let me go in here. Put it back in. Yeah, it's being displaced by itself. Ramp. Comp. The thing is, I can actually keep this here for the time being, so. Level. No. You're. Oh, I haven't done this yet. I haven't set up this link. I don't know why it does that. There we go. There we go. That's that beauty that we like to see. Okay. So now, let's see. Is this? Why is this? First thing I'm gonna do. This ramp. Is there? Yeah, that ramp's not connected to anything. Okay. And for some reason it's 4:3 ratio or 1:1. I don't know why. So let me create a null. And this null, right? Come on. I have to do something else first. Do I have to like make it comp first? Like tell it what size to be and stuff. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. 1280 by 720. Here, 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 here. Use input. Yeah. Custom resolution. 1280, 720. I don't know, sometimes these just like trip. What do you mean? What? What? Not enough sources. Oh, not more than one. Yeah. Yeah, that didn't do anything. Okay, why is this doing a 4:3? We're gonna look up. We're gonna look up. Maybe just this. Comp. Prefit overlay fill. Okay, here we go. This might be where it's doing it. Nope. Shoot. Come on. Because this is what it's still showing. This BG right here, which is an out. So if I go here, I actually, oh yeah. It's there. And this is actually kind of interesting because it's showing both this this component, this container, because it's a container, so it's placed on top of the out here. And for some reason it's showing it at the right resolution here, so I wonder if I just need to, well, no? Huh. See, this is when I really wish there was somebody that I could like talk to real quick. Is there anybody there that knows why? I have 1280 by 720 here. This is 1280 by 720. This is 1280 by 720. But it automatically, like, this is coming in at a 1:1. Which makes no sense to me at all. Let's try something else real quick, because I want to actually test some of the features of the component before I send this off. What I want to do is make a couple more audios. So if I want another audio, let's try this again with my voice actually. Hello. Hello. No. No. Not really. It doesn't. Well, it just doesn't work as well with one channel. I needed to. That's interesting though, because it automatically takes it and puts it into 2 channels. Okay, it kind of flickers a little bit. I needed to talk a little bit to get it to do what I needed to do. It just works a lot better when there's more. So here, let's pump it back in, shall we? Come on. Okay. Now we have a circle, but I want to see about putting in a rectangle. But dink. Yeah. That's all. Then if I come out here, this is, you'll be able to see this a little bit more. See this pixelation here. We have all these little. I mean, it's kind of a nice effect. I don't know, something different. Yeah, you can see the container. Got a reactive container on top. So let's go ahead and I'm going to rename this. And I'm going to say, I think that, I mean, that still shows it, yeah. So what I'd like, I don't know how you can hide this container. Because you want it to cook, or else it's not going to do anything. I wonder if you can just change where it is. I mean, I can just not show that background. You know what I mean? Here, let's actually, this background alpha. That's just adding black to the background, which we do later anyways. Yeah, we don't stretch. We don't do anything. Why is it still giving me an, yeah, my output should be my input. Use my input. Use this. Use it. View. Come on, see, look. Why are you a square? 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 You're not a square. You know not to be a square. Look at you. You're not a square. Why are you a square? Is it because you're a square and you're going into... No? Best fit? No. That's the interpolation. I mean the... Wait, fill viewer. Is that what I'm looking at? Fill viewer... Use input. Fit best. Yeah, that's not changing anything. Pixel format. Well, this has got me a little bit confused. But that's something that I can work on later. Right now, it's at least coming down to, I can add these back in. I like that it's working here. I like, if I want to, I can take this ramp and I can say, okay, I don't like it to be that. I like it to be here, and I don't like the blue so much. So instead, I'm going to, let's see, I can add like an HSV. Let's see if we can do a yeah, HSV adjust right here. And then just change the hue on her. Come on. There we go. See? See? Kind of nice, huh? But yeah, like I said, now we can kind of start to play around with this a little bit more. That blue I can make now like a deeper blue, or like purple it up a bit. Yeah, I kind of have. Actually, maybe I'll just fire it. See. What kind of goes best with? What do y'all think? That's kind of nice. Green's kind of nice. I like those fiery ones a bit. Yeah, red or this bluish, purplish. Yeah, the nicest. Let's stick with that. That purple blue looks pretty nice. But then, if I want to, I can, you know, have it double up on itself. Say, I'm gonna do it again. Yeah. Okay, let's actually look at not only putting in a SOP, but I want to put in a not a circle or not a thing, but I want to put in a sphere. I want to see what it looks like to have 3 dimensions. Is that definitely gives it more? Yeah, that's pretty nice if you ask me. I like that look. Yeah, remember, because I took this this size, and in this geo I put scale Z. I put it here. Let's see if I go ahead and do the same thing here. Put TZ, but I don't think there is a TZ. I think it might have. Yeah, just TX, TY, but there is no TZ. I'd have to do it again for TZ, which I think I can see how that's done, right? I mean, it's just, isn't it just, tell me if I'm wrong. Just here, here, here. Then I need to make sure. Okay, my resamples here. This is here. My math is here. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm not getting out TZ. I want to get. Where's my resample? Wait, why is this? Did I just name? Is this just the name of what this is? No. Come on. So why is this still named Why is this named TX? How do I change this? Alright, well, I only have about 5 minutes, so I'll end it here, but yeah, that got me to a good place. It's working pretty smoothly, working well if you ask me. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick video of it, and then yeah, then I'll be done. Okay, let's see. I go here. I go here. Mic off. Mic off. This is using an audio reactive component created from a tutorial that I'm linking to. You can use any kind of audio with a SOP, and then there's an export top. This is the network that it goes through. It's finding the spectrums and creating those to create a mesh of audio reactive SOPs. So this is giving me, or you if you'd like to use it, the ability to then use that top and start to translate it and do what you'd like. So if I'd like to change this to instead of white to black, then we have that. There's a few things that are needing to be done, needing to be changed with it, but yeah, this is what it comes out with in the correct perspective. The resolution isn't working on the correctly on the other one, but the final looks like this. And the information for the talks for the audio reaction and the toe for this will be on GitHub. Thank you very much.